Hello, and welcome to another episode of Advice from the Fat Lady. I'm your host, the Fat Lady, and I'm here to give you advice. Man, I say that so many times that you can make a drinking game out of my show. That's a really good idea. Anyways, today's episode is brought to you by boredom. Yes, this week I received a message, a direct message from someone that all they said was, I'm bored. I'm thinking to myself, and how can we cure boredom? Well, we can always do it the way that I do it, and it's fill my time with either school, television, or television and something else. Because I'm always doing something usually. Now, some of you may know I am actually currently going to school. I'm a history major. This semester I took a history class, and I'm currently in a science class, which, by the way, I hate. I don't like science. I actually find it very boring because I'm studying something, one, I don't understand, and two, this one is all about the evolution of man, which is really about the evolution of primates. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But today we're going to be talking about hobbies. And everyone should have a hobby. For one, it does actually stimulate the brain. Two, it reduces stress. Three, it can lower blood pressure. And four, it occupies your time. If you have available time and you just need to step away from life for a moment, you have kids, you have a husband, you have a busy work schedule, we understand that, but you need time for yourself. So today we're going to talk about some ideas of what I do to help my boredom and to help keep my brain stimulated. I want all those synapses firing all the time. And so today we're going to talk about that. I have some pictures of all the projects that I've done within the last couple of years because that's when I actually started hobbying. And I'm going to make some suggestions of what you can do to maybe find a hobby. Maybe you don't even know what kind of hobby you want to do. Is it, miniatures? Is it painting? Is it some other form of crafting? And crafting, creating something is actually more beneficial than, say, playing video games. So what we're going to do, where do we start? First, we want to start in what have you always wanted to do but have never done it before? Is there some kind of craft, art, hobby that you've been interested in? Do you watch videos on YouTube already in regards to certain ones? I watch videos on fluid art, painting. There's this woman, and I will put a link to her channel below. But what she does, have you ever gone to those wine and design places where you pay a certain amount and you can go with some friends and a bottle of wine and you can paint and drink all at the same time? Well, did you know they do that on YouTube? And you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And the only thing that you have to worry about is the price of the canvas and the paint. And they tell you exactly what colors and what size canvases to use, whether or not, some of them don't even use canvas. They use what is called, canvas sheets. You tape it to like a board and you just use that. It's very nice. I mean, and yeah, they take a couple hours to do, but in the end, you have a beautiful painting. It's really awesome. I've never done it before. I've only done the wine and design, which I really enjoy, of course. I love painting. That is actually one of my hobbies. Here's a few pictures of what I've currently done in regards to painting, and I've been really wanting to do it again. So I think I'm going to clean up an area in my room somehow. I have a very small bedroom where I can set up my easel and get some of my canvas out and my paints and just kind of do a little creating. The question is, what do you want to do? A great place to start is to look at hobby stores. Hobby stores have pretty much every hobby available to you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Whether it be create jewelry, scrapbooking, planning, any kind of yarn work. I crochet. Here is, oh, hold on, it's big and bulky. Here is a blanket that I'm currently working on. And if all goes well, I'll be finished with that by the end of the year because, it's only November. Who knows? What's the date today? Don't know. Don't have my glasses on. Can't see anything. So every kind of yarn work, there's crochet, knitting, needlepoint, cross stitch, counted cross stitch, you name it, you could probably find it there. Plus videos that you can watch to learn how to do all different types of crochet stitches. I currently really only work with single and a double stitch, but would really like to learn a whip stitch so that I can make zigzag designs in my blankets. Otherwise, they're just solid line. What else is there? There's painting. I just showed you the paintings that I've worked on. There's fluid art. There's jewelry making. I already said jewelry making. Floral designs. You can make floral bouquets. Working with wood, painting wood, designing wood, make wall hangers. You can't really see it, but I have, if you look in that right over here, you can see a little bit of it. That is a wooden cross that I did a fluid art on. Before I get too far ahead, I wanted to show you some ideas of what you can do based upon what I have done. Here is some pictures of some fluid arts that I've done. Even one of them was even slightly embellished. All of these are currently hanging on somebody else's wall, either given to them by gifts or purchased. I've also done resin work. Here is some coasters that I've done. These are called peach tree coasters, where I took silicone molds, round silicone molds filled with resin and dripped in some alcohol inks. Very cool, kind of simple way of making something pretty without having to do, to know the know-how, to have the know-how to do them. These are the types of crafts that I like to do. The easy crafts that just kind of take some time, but at the same time don't require much training. Here is also some polymer clay crafts that I've done. Now, polymer clay is not my favorite of the crafts, probably because the clay itself, it can be expensive. It can cost a lot. I mean, fluid art is not a cheap, it is not a cheap hobby at all. I can't even calculate how much money I've spent on fluid art hobby. Polymer clay. What else have I tried? I do UV resin, which is a lot of fun. It's one of those also, you don't really need any training. It just requires the initial purchases of the blank bezels, the UV resin, the UV light to cure it. And that is completely based on your budget. Some people I know just use flashlights, UV flashlights to cure it. I personally use a nail gel cure light. I think it costs $20 and it does great. What other things have I tried? I've tried a lot of hobbies in order to find out what I really like. And that's very important. You want to try things first. Don't want to break the budget, but you want to at least get your hands into trying. For fluid art, you can start off with Dollar Tree canvas and craft craft paints and water. It doesn't have to be super like where I'm at, where I'm using professional size canvas um, with mid soft body paints and a more expensive medium. It doesn't have to be that at all. They even have pre-mix kits that you can buy to get your hands a little wet and dirty, and then it's dirty, so you know. Yeah, that's what do a hobby, find something that you enjoy to do. It can be as simple as puzzles. Buy a book of puzzles, crossword, word search, anagrams. So, catch you on the flip side, you guys. See you next Monday. Bye.